the first use case, and really this applies to everybody, is let's say I either created a brand new company or just created a brand new company, and go to the page for that company. And really what is probably the worst part about DealCloud is just data entry, right? Nobody likes populating company profiles and contact profiles, right? And that could potentially be a lot of work depending on how granular and how many fields you want to capture about these companies, right? So let's say I created a company, GE, right? We have a pretty sparse kind of overall profile. I click on this FactSet tab, right? And we see all these different fields, right? In kind of the old way of doing things, I'm going to call it the old way. I would have to manually open up this company record, right? I would have to fill out all these data points. I'd go to Google, I'd go to FactSet, I would copy and paste the information, right? And that can mean a half-hour work just to populate one company profile. So now let's talk about and insert really the data cortex. So if I created this company, I have no details about it, right? But I'm going to click this icon up here in the top right. This is kind of the data cortex layer. Let's go ahead and link this to FactSet. And what it's doing there when I click the play button is that it's running a search into FactSet's database and trying to identify a match, right? That can be based on company name, website, ID, right? So what we're trying to make sure is that you connect this company to the right company in FactSet, and it can do that intelligently, right? Based on whatever these parameters are that you define. In this case, pretty straightforward. It found this first one, GE. And Russell, I'm not sure if you wanted to mention anything about kind of these FactSet IDs here.
Yeah, just want to point out those FactSet IDs that end in the -E are the primary permanent entity identifiers that I mentioned earlier that anchor all of the data that will be associated with that parent entity, and in this case being GE. So really important in the hierarchy and the structure for the FactSet content, especially when looking at bolting on the fundamental data and all the firmographic information that we'll see in the next few sections of the demo.
Got it. So your point there is that by kind of establishing this link, then all the other things that are related to GE are going to be based on that.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So let's go ahead and kind of save that and link it. So now with kind of the magic of the data cortex, right, we just went from having a very sparsely or really not populated company profile at all to now having a completely populated kind of company profile here, from kind of general details about the firm, descriptions, contact details, profitability, leverage profiles, cash flow details, balance sheet details, right? So what otherwise would have taken potentially kind of 30 minutes just to kind of populate here, we just click the button, we link these data points in, and now we have a pretty complete profile or picture for this company.